What? Julius just aged himself 10 years so he could defend the Clover Kingdom from the ancient demon. Man, guys, this chapter is really going off. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Broku. Today we're talking about the newest Black Clover chapter, chapter 281. And this is the fan translation, so just a little warning. Not all of these are going to be perfect translations, but they are pretty accurate for the most part. And yeah, there will be manga spoilers. I mean, that's what I post reviews every week for this channel of the manga. So yeah, I talk about the manga. That being said, guys, you guys are killing it with all the support. We're at over 47,000 subscribers. We're almost at 50K. We're going to hit that really quick. So thank you guys so much for all of the amazing support. It really does mean a lot. So if you're not subscribed yet, please do subscribe and turn notifications. And let's shoot for another like goal. You guys have been killing it. The 1,500 like goal has been pretty well. So let's shoot for another 1,500 likes. That being said, guys, let's get into this Black Clover chapter review. So this starts off and it says, demons are a miracle born from human hatred and the power of the underworld. Then it shows an image of two ancient demons fighting in the Spade Kingdom. It says, long, long ago in the Spade Kingdom, there were two royal youths, close friends who had phenomenally strong magic. At some point, their affection turned to hatred, and they became demons. They fought and were sealed away. Then Zenon says, the Grim Burials were guarding those two ancient demons. We woke them up. We released them in order to distract you. With so many of your mages here, how will the Clover Kingdom be able to protect itself? So this is part of the Spade Kingdom's plan. Get all the Clover Kingdoms to come attack them, and then release an ancient demon in the Clover Kingdom. Then it pans to Leona and the ancient demon she's fighting. Now, the ancient demon she was fighting just spawned wings, and she says by absorbing mana from the wings, it expanded its magic power. So this is a stronger ancient demon now that Leona is forced to fight. Now it goes to the Clover Kingdom, and it shows Julius with his one page of his grimoire, and he looks at it, he says, I can't handle it with this kind of body. I need preparations to bring my power. Until that, please hang in there, everyone. I'm sorry for asking you, even if you aren't a magic knight, but I need your power. I ask you for a favor. The ancient demon now is shown rummaging through towards the Clover Kingdom. He's actually stepping on different villages, and he has his wings, so this is gonna be a strong demon. And everybody's like, oh no, run away. They're on their brooms, and they're like, there's nothing we can do. But as a lot of people were wanting in the past, is we got Kaiser leading a little squad to go take him out. Kaiser was called by Fugolion, the shield of the Clover Kingdom. So let's see what he does. He does a vortex magic, multi-cycle boundaries, and launches that right at the ancient demon. And how does it do? Well, it kind of stops him a little bit. But if you look at this, that Kaiser is like freaking out, and they're like, don't let it advance more. It looks like they're combining their magic to each other. But Kaiser is bleeding. Kaiser is bleeding. So he's like putting all of this into it, and it barely slows down the ancient demon. Now, we get to see the other magic knights saying, well, while Captain Kaiser is slowing it down, let's go evacuate the citizens. So we get all the different people. We get Soul, we get the mushroom guy, I can't remember his name right now, and we get some of the Crimson Lion Kings, and they're like, the demon is pushing towards the capital. And it's funny because we get to see the king, we get to see Augustus, and he's like, stop it, stop it, stop it. So he's freaking out. Obviously, he's not going to do anything to try and help. And the actual ancient demon, he aims right for the castle, right for the royal castle. This dude knows what's up. He knows. So maybe this guy, maybe he knows. Or maybe it's just because the royals have high magic, and Augustus does too, that he knows where he's there. But luckily for this king that nobody likes, not even the fans, Kirsch and Nebra show up, and they do a combo spell of their Cherry Blossom and their Mist magic to try and negate the attack. But the attack goes through it, and then Solid comes up, and he does his own water magic, Wrath of the Sea Serpent, and he's able to just barely redirect its trajectory and make it hit the wall. Now, that's kind of impressive. If it took a vice captain who trained for 6 months, and then 2 royals who trained for 6 months, and all 3 of them just to barely change the trajectory of this ancient demon's attack. And then basically it looks like just everybody is just launching attacks. It almost even looks like Kaiser's vortex magic as well is around it. And it just isn't enough. It just completely destroys everybody. They're like, its magic power is on another level. And it shows the Silva siblings getting destroyed. It shows Kaiser getting destroyed. And it shows Kirsch getting destroyed. And Kirsch is thinking, you know, its magic power is on another level, but it isn't beautiful. Remember, he loves mana. He thinks it's, like, beautiful. So, but we can finally get to see Damnatio return to action. I've always wanted to see more of him. And he activates his Scale Magic Scale Regulate, which, remember, guys, that weakens power. And you actually can see the attack from the Ancient Demon get smaller as it gets closer to him. But then Damnatio thinks it has too much magic power. It's not enough to neutralize it. And he thinks, an outrageous magic power, we need to fight back with a tremendous amount of magic power. And then it shows Julius's time magic essentially negating the attack before it hits Damnatio. And everybody looks up. That magic, that is the Wizard King. So, look at this, guys. This is Julius returned. And he says, I aged my body 10 years ahead. He was about 13 or 14 before the time skip, which means he is 23 or 24 now in this body. Now, mind you, he was about 42, I believe, when he died, and that is probably his prime, or if not close to it. So this is probably not even the strongest iteration of Julius. But what he does say is that there's a limit and time to his power, but he needs to work together with Damnatio. Now, after that, we also get to see that he has now a full Grimoire. This isn't him just getting his body back and gaining magic power. This actually affects time as a whole, and he has his Grimoire back. And also, he has like a bunch of time magic over his forehead, which reminds me of the Star of Life he had on his forehead to save his life. So I wonder what exactly he's doing here, or if this is just some sort of spell. Damnatio says, right now, and Julius goes in for the attack. He launches a massive time magic spell on the Ancient Demon's arm. It seemingly steals life from it, and he says, give me a power once more. But, fortunately for Julius, time, the man with time magic, time has finally run out for him as he returns back to a child. And then he's like, the time, how come? That was too quick. And you see everybody's like, oh, Wizard King? Seemingly maybe surprised that he's a child. And Damnatio's like, magic power is everything. And then shows the Ancient Demon. Just look how massive he is. This is a country. He's the size of a country. Look at this dude. And he's huge. And he's preparing a massive attack. And then it says magic power is everything for this world. And they're like, no way. It's all over. He's about to launch the attack. And then boom! Black Divider Asta is rushing in with Shibi Lieb on his shoulder. And it's like, here we go, Lieb. All right. Unite. And we can see Julius. He is looking at Asta flying by. Damnatio was probably maybe not too happy with this. But yeah, we get to see. Now, what's kind of not a good sign, but some of the art panels reminds me of back during when Miriam was fighting the elves, where they weren't completed. They were not done. Of course, this will be fixed in the official volumes, but hopefully Tabata maybe gets a little rest soon, because we don't want these type of panels at an arc of this magnitude, where Asta's about to be using Devil Unite. But it looks like his Black Divider is... It has destroyed this Ancient Demon's attack, and that is before he even used Unite, seemingly, as Unite is the last panel. So this will be very interesting to see. That means we will hopefully get to see Devil Unite next chapter. Hopefully it doesn't go back to the other Ancient Demon, or go back to Yuno, or go back to Noct. Hopefully we just get to see Devil Unite, and we get to see Union Mode next chapter. That's going to be nuts. And guys, you know what this means? This means that the Clover Kingdom will have seen royals and magic knights and nobles all fail against the Ancient Demon. The Wizard King fail against the Ancient Demon. The noble captain, Kaiser, fail against the Ancient Demon. The noble vice captain, Kirsch, fail against... Actually, he's a royal. The royal vice captain, Kirsch, fail against the Ancient Demon. But they're going to see a peasant boy with no magic using the power of a devil to save the kingdom when nobody else could against an Ancient Demon. Asta is about to turn himself into a legend. Guys, if Lumiere's a legend for defeating the Ancient Demon, Asta will be a legend for defeating this Ancient Demon. I think he will. I just think it's bound to happen. Definitely will happen. I mean, I don't think that they're going to show Unite just for Asta to lose, because I think the Devil's going to be way, way stronger than this Ancient Demon. But, man, this chapter was hype. We got to see Julius back for a bit, even though it was maybe only a few panels. He didn't really do anything. And honestly, it doesn't even really change much, because we don't even know how strong Julius is at this age, because Damnatia was nerfing the Ancient Demon. So we don't really get to see much feats from the Ancient Demon. Maybe we'll see more from Julius in the future. We know this is a power of his now that he can do. This means we might see Julius again. He might still be a child in his, overall state, but he might be able to use a time spell to basically mature himself like he did here. So this is interesting. Also, let's go back to the first page where Zenon is saying that demons are miracles born from human hatred and power of the underworld. He talks about how these two ancient demons that are out now were two royal youths who were friends and were incredibly powerful, but at some point their affection turned to hatred and they became demons and they fought each other and they were sealed away. So I like this because this shows that the other kingdoms have their own legends and own tales of an ancient demon, just like how the Clover Kingdom had one with the Wizard King. It's also interesting that the Grim Burials were guarding these two ancient demons so that they wouldn't wake up. That makes the Grim Burials and a lot more important, so I'm really interested to see what's going to happen there. I wouldn't be surprised if Zenon maybe BTFOs with his spatial magic, and then has to go help Mereoleona to go defeat that ancient demon. We might get Asta and fighting the ancient demons at the same time. This would be a huge dynamic and parallel, because these were two royal youths who turned into ancient demons. Then we have two youths of Asta and One is a royal, one probably isn't an Asta, and they defeat these two ancient demons. And what would be also very interesting is if these ancient demons, if Asta was somehow able to convert them back into their normal human forms. Asta was able to convert Dark Elf Patri back to a normal elf. This would be a huge moment, maybe even better for Asta, because if Asta comes in as a devil or a devil user and kills another demon, it's still going to look overall brutish. But if he comes in, defeats the demon, and then converts that demon back into a human, that's going to say much more about Asta and his use of devil power. So, whether he uses the Demon Annihilator Sword, which would be the way to use it, that's how he used it for Dark Elf Patri. But remember, he severs cause and effect between magic spells with the Demon Annihilator. He uses that to revert a Dark Elf to a normal elf. If you think about it, it should almost work the same way. Basically, despair caused Dark Elves, hatred causes ancient demons. Could he negate the spell? I think it's very possible. I think that would be great if he first defeats the ancient demon, and then when it's weakened, he stabs with the Demon Annihilator Sword and converts it back into the Royal Youth. That would be interesting to see another character from the future, or from the past, be one of these characters. What if one of those ancient demons is the descendant of Licht and Tetia, the one that survived? Because remember, Tetia had one of the twins survive. What if she fled the Spade Kingdom, because she was pretty much a lost cause to them at that point, because she had sex with an elf and had a child with an elf. Maybe she fled to the Spade Kingdom, and one of those royals was a half-elf. One thing I know that people are going to question is, these are humans turning into this? I thought that elves turned into this. Well, it might be that the more correct translation is mortal, and maybe elves are mortal, and that's why they also transfer into demons, but it's probably just hatred and power of the underworld. Maybe elves are just a different, species of human, maybe. Kind of like how there's Neanderthals and Homo sapiens and stuff like that. Technically, they're still human. But anyways, guys, love this chapter. That was absolutely amazing. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what's going to happen, what you think is going to happen next. I think that Asta is going to show Devil Union next chapter, and maybe he'll defeat the demon, and then he will revert it back to that of a normal human, which would be huge. Just huge. Just think about it. The Wizard King, Damnatio, Kirsch, and Kaiser all fail. Asta shows up, a peasant with no magic, uses devil power, and not only defeats the ancient demon to save the kingdom, but reverts that back to a human, which would show how much he has grown since then, and will show that people are going to be more welcome to Asta using devil power if he can use it to save people in that way. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...